Welcome to the Business Update segment. Here we uncover latest trends in the world of business. Today, let's move straight into our business story. In our first story, the Ghana Cocoa Board has secured $100 million loan from the World Bank to fund a 4-year project to rehabilitate aging cocoa farms across 6 major cocoa producing districts in Ghana. The project will involve cutting down unproductive cocoa trees, which are over 20 years old, preparing the land and providing seedlings and plantain suckers to revitalize the farms. Cocoa Board CEO Mr. Joseph Boahin Edu explained that while the old trees are not diseased, they have reached the end of their productivity lifespan and are no longer yielding any cocoa, making them uneconomical to maintain. The goal is to modernize and boost the productivity of these cocoa growing regions, which is expected to enhance Ghana's overall cocoa production and export earnings going forward. Let's just have the video of the CEO when addressing the press.
On the seedlings for farmers to come and then cut all these trees and plant on their own, they cannot. Even getting the planting materials, planting suckers alone. We went to Mr. Temaku's farm, 30 acres. If you cut 30 acres and you want the farmer to provide plantain suckers for 30 acres within 1 year, he cannot. That's how, per the new program under the new dispensation, as we provide planting material. Plantain suckers are free for the farmers, and then we also support them in terms of labor to do the planting. And our extension people, we've increased the extension staff number. It used to be just 400. They are now about 2,000. So instead of 1:3,000 farmers, now you have 1:600 farmers.
Across the country.
So what?
Across the country.
Across the country. We used to be 1:3,000. FAO is 1:500. That's the standard. Now we've come to 1:600 under this government, which is very good. That's why, the farmers are praising our extension officers because now extension has come very close to the farmers.
Moving into our second story, the Ghana Association of Banks has dismissed claims that commercial banks in the country are planning to close personal foreign currency savings accounts of customers by July 31st. Ghana Association of Banks explained that some banks are actually implementing measures to address the issue of customers using their savings to store foreign currencies, which has contributed to speculation and worsened the cedi's decline. Some banks have been asking clients with such foreign currency savings accounts to move their funds into e-wallets or current accounts instead. The CEO of Ghana Association of Banks, John Ewua, clarified that no bank has actually decided to stop accepting foreign currency deposits. He said one bank has simply decided to discontinue foreign accounts denominating in foreign currencies rather than shutting down all foreign currency savings accounts. Many believe that this move by the banks is a tactic to impose fees and reduce customers' gains from the falling value of the cedi. Let's move to our last story for today. In our final story, Ghana's economy is showing promising signs of recovery as evidenced by a significant decline in inflation from a peak of 54.1% in December 2022 to 23.1% in May 2024. The Minister for Finance, Dr. Mohamed Amin Adam, attributed this positive trend to effective fiscal and monetary policies, including a tight monetary policy by the Bank of Ghana, deepening the fiscal consolidation program and securing anticipated forex inflows. The government's multifaceted approach has also contributed to the overall real GDP growth, which reached 4.7% in the first quarter of 2024, substantially better than the 3.1% recorded in the same period in 2023. The minister expressed confidence in the continued positive trajectory of Ghana's economy as the country ramps up the implementation of the IMF-supported program. On this last story, we will be speaking to a senior lecturer from the University of Akintola Menka, that's Amstead Kumasi campus, who will be giving us more insight into the inflation story. Hello. Hello, sir.
Yeah, hello.
Sir, please, good morning and welcome to the Business Update segment on Cocoa Digest Morning Show.
Yeah, thank you. Good morning to your viewers and listeners.
Okay, sir. So, viewers, as we said, he is a senior lecturer of the Department of Accounting Studies, that's Amstead Kumasi campus. Sir, please, with the story of inflation, comparing that of 2022, 54.1% to as at now 23.1%, we've realized that inflation is decreasing, but prices of commodity in the market is still rising. We would like to know what is the correlation between inflation and price of commodity in the market.
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning once again to everyone listening to you, your viewers, and everyone. Thank you for the opportunity. And first of all, someone may ask, what is inflation, or what does it even mean? I don't want to go into literature. I'll just give just a layman understanding of it. For example, if let's say I have 100 Ghana cedis this month, and the 100 Ghana cedis was able to buy foodstuffs or maybe clothes to some level, and that same 100 Ghana cedis cannot be able to afford to buy the same goods, then we can say that your purchasing power has reduced, and that causes inflation. But you know, your question that you just asked, the question that you just asked, I would say it is what you call disinflation. You see, there's some terms when it comes to inflation. So I would say it is disinflation. Disinflation means that the decrement of the rate of inflation. But that does not mean that price of goods and services will come down.
Okay.
Because the inflation can decrease all right, which is known as disinflation. But it does not mean there will be deflation. So there are two things here. So at times there can be disinflation, where the decrement or there will be a decrease in the rate of inflation, but there will not be a corresponding decrement in general price level of goods and services.
Okay.
Are you getting my point?
Yes, please.
So currently in Ghana, yes, we are experiencing what we call disinflation, but there's no deflation. That's what is going on now.
Okay. So, sir, please, as you said, it doesn't really necessarily mean that prices of commodities is going to go down despite inflation coming down. But what happens? So I'd like to know that what happens that we keep on hearing inflation has declined, where we lay people understand that prices of commodities is supposed to go down. Because this early morning we got to know that the Chamber of Consumer Petroleum, that's departments, they are saying that government should reduce taxes because they've realized that inflation is one of the reasons why prices are going up. And they also coming out with a new price window for petroleum products. So if inflation has gone down, hello, Zay.
Yes, now, brother, let me tell you.
Okay.
If inflation is going down, has interest rate goes down? I mean, when it comes to Ghana here, most businesses depend on loans to finance their activities. Have the interest rates at the bank go down? So, you see, inflation can go down, all right. But as I said, that is what we call there have been disinflation. But if interest rates keeps on going high, where people go to the bank, go for loans, and they are paying huge interest, what is going to happen? They will now come to the market and they make sure that they also price their product so that they can pay their loans.
Okay.
If there's currency depreciation, you know, in Ghana, almost everything that we consume here, about 90% of them are from abroad.
Yes.
So in case the dollar or other currency is going up, what is going to happen? The prices of goods and services will still go up.
Okay.
Irrespective of even when there's decrement of inflation. So if inflation come down, I mean, government should know that as far as interest rates at the bank has not decreased, as far as there is currency depreciation, as far as there is huge public debt, as far as there is external shock, definitely it will not have any effect on price of goods and services. But the moment government get to know that, okay, inflation is coming down, the interest rate should come down, the Bank of Ghana should know that, so in terms of the borrowing rate and all these things come down, then that is where Ghanaians will start reducing their product. Because if fuel prices are going up, interest rates are going up, at the same time, there's a external shock. Our city is depreciating, and currencies are. I mean, you have to take about 20 cedis before you can equate it to £1. Then I mean, price of goods and services will go high.
Okay.
So in Ghana, as I told you from the beginning, in Ghana, for instance, yes, currently Ghana is experiencing a disinflation, but there's no deflation. And I'm telling you, my brother, if government does not look into this issue by looking at our interest rates, by looking at how our currency is depreciating, I'm telling you, you experience even 1%, you even get to 1% inflation, goods and services will still go high. Yes.
Okay. So say we would like to know that what fiscal measures do you think that they need to put in place to help curb this situation we have in the country?
So very simple, my brother. Just go to these restaurants, even in Ghana. Just go to some shopping malls, or not even shopping malls. Just buy a product and look at the kind of taxes a Ghanaian person is paying. So very simple. Number one is to cut down tax.
Okay.
I know for sure. Someone said that, but if you cut down taxes, how can the economy develop? Yes, we have to expand our tax base. There are so many people in the informal sector, they are not paying taxes.
Okay.
The few formal people, they are now being overburdened with taxes. Yeah. So me, if I'm a manufacturer and I manufacture my goods in Ghana, and at the end of the day, I'm paying huge taxes, what is going to happen? I will share the burden among my customers.
Yes.
So at the end of the day, I will price higher cost or higher price to my goods and services, because I cannot bear the burden alone.
Yeah.
Now, we have not experienced COVID-19, but you will see. Go and buy anything. You will see that we are still paying COVID-19 levy.
Sure.
We are paying so many levies. So if government does not extend and expand the tax base, the few people will still struggle, and the few manufacturers and the few producers in the economy, they will continue to price their goods and services at a higher level. So number one is that I will advise government to look at how we can expand the tax base and also reduce payments of taxes.
Okay.
You see, look at reckless government spending. All these things can cause the higher price that we are paying now. And you know, if you compare Ghana to other parts of the world, you realize that we lack some investment infrastructure. Because when there's always lack of something like storage of our goods, if there's sometimes difficult in transportation, there's communication gaps and all these things. All these things can actually contribute to higher inflation in the economy.
Okay.
So if government really want to, reduce, like they are happy, yes, it's good. All of us as a Ghanaian, if our inflation is coming down, who is not happy? But if at the end of it all, I'll go to the market and still paying, higher prices for goods and services, you should tell government that most of another contributing factor is the interest rate people are paying.
Okay.
Because if I go to the bank and I'm paying as far as about 33%, I'm telling you currently the benchmark rate is around 29%. So what it means is that if you go to the bank and you borrow 100 Ghana cedis, you end up paying about 29% interest. And that is even the average side. And some banks are even charging as high as 36%. I'm telling you. 36% as interest rate. So as an ordinary Ghanaian, if I go and borrow money from the bank, and some banks are charging me 35 to 36%, what is going to happen? Do you think that I will bear the burden alone? I will share among my customers.
Okay.
So you will continue to pay more. So if government is saying that, inflation is coming down, then they should look at the policy rates. They should look at the interest rates. They should look at the way our debt is escalating. Fearing investors to come into the economy to invest. the tax burden on Ghanaians. All these things, if government is able to take into consideration and reduce all these burdens, then now producers will now feel relaxed, and they will now look at how they can reduce their goods and services by looking at the what the interest rate that they are paying and other factors. So if all these things are not taken into consideration, my brother, nothing is going to change. You will keep on paying for more, and it's going to be worse. It's going to be worse. Now, as you said, if the petroleum price goes up, it affects everything, because one, the person going to the village or going to the rural areas to bring the goods, I mean, you will charge more. I mean, when you come, you pay more tax, and what is going to happen? You add all these costs and charge to the customers for them to pay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Sir, thank you very much for having you on the business update statement. But sir, before you go, what's the last word?
Yes, my last word is that it's good we are getting all these macro indicators, I mean positive macro indicators. But I would tell the government that we all want the best for Ghana. I mean, because this is our home. We have nowhere to go. But you should listen to Ghanaians. We are not making politics or anything out of it. We think that you should listen to Ghanaians. You get my point?
Okay.
I mean, what I would tell governments this morning, if they are listening to us, is that, I mean, they should look at diversification. It's like in Ghana, we are always focusing on just one aspect of the economy.
Okay.
I mean, let's look at tourism. Let's look at the manufacturing sector. I was happy when they brought this initiative, one district, one factory. It was a very good initiative. Let's enhance it. Let's try to put in more capital incentive to these kind of areas. I mean, tourism, for example.
Okay. I
mean, technology. I mean, let's enhance all these areas. I mean, I'm happy that our university now, at Prince University of Skills Training and Entrepreneurial Development, our mandate is to train people to become self-employed, have their own kind of businesses. This is an opportunity for government to bring in more state money, so that we can train and educate people to be self-sustained, to be able to match the industry needs. Currently, we are training people in the university. When they finish university, we are not able to, match with the industry needs. And what is going to happen? It will still increase competitiveness. And at the end of the day, people will get their degrees, no job available. And what is going to happen? And you know, one of the conditions is that sometimes when even the purchasing power goes up, it can even cause all this increment of price and all of it.
Okay.
So if government is able to train people, get the industry needs, match productivity, in the economy, what is going to happen? There will be more money in the system, and people will what? And I will also advise government, as my last word is that they should look at the monetary policies again. I'm begging them. They should look at the monetary policies that they have. Yes, inflation is coming down, but let's look at the monetary policies. Let's look at the interest rate for instance. Let's try a way of reducing it. Some part of the world, interest rate is even negative, even 1%.
Okay.
Even some people even don't even pay interest rate at all. Can't we get there? What is making it so difficult for banks or commercial banks in Ghana to reduce their interest rates? For the ordinary Ghanaian to get a lot of money to invest in their organization and expand it and employ more people. All these things can help the country to move ahead.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much for having you on the business update segment of Cocoa Digest Morning Show. He is a doctor. Does in accounting, PhD in accounting, and also my lecturer. He taught me audit and assurance in Amstead campus. So as you heard from Dr. Prince Jima, he said that as inflation keeps on decreasing, it doesn't mean that prices of commodity would also decrease. With the reason that whilst inflation is decreasing, exchange rates are still high, interest rates are still high, and monetary policy issues are also coming in. So all these things set in, and it does not necessarily mean that there is going to be a decrease in prices of commodity. As we heard this morning, Chamber of the Petroleum, they are saying that there should be what? Reduce of taxes. Why? Because as Dr. Prince Jima rightly said, that taxation also needs to be looked at so that we would experience an economy where you can buy anything you want to buy with at least 100 Ghana cedis. Thank you so much for staying with us on the Business Update segment. My name is Clement Yabankwe. Up next is the main discussion with Yaira Awuno and her guest. Stay tuned.